And welcome to another Nerdy Collective, the last show of the year until the end of October. And now that I got you. Yes, I said till the end of October. You'll see me on shows periodically. Some I'll show up as a guest. I will be doing a new show on Sundays. I've been doing that now for about a month or so. And that's the Generation X-Men. That's at 2 o'clock on Sundays. I will be doing that every Sunday. It's a little earlier. But I want to do some gardening, some family stuff. This year I want to see my grandkids. So I really love all the community. Big shout outs to you guys. And I have a couple shout outs I want to say right away. First and foremost, I want to put a big shout out there. Gary, you're awesome, buddy. And he does a shout out, community shout all the time out there. And I'm going to do the same thing because I'm going to reciprocate. And this is a big shout out to War Machine, Punisher Comics and Collectibles. He's at 110 subs. Go check out his channel. See what he has to offer. It's pretty good stuff, you guys. Go check him out. So there you go, War Machine. There's my video. There's my intro video as well. And he's in the links down below with all the other wonderful people in the community. We got like 22 people, I think, on that list or more. And let me see. Let's not forget community. And I want the community to come together on this because I would love to see this happen. Jeff's birthday is on April 6th. Jeff will not be with us tonight. He had to work. I love you, buddy. Happy birthday. And don't worry, blow up his phone. Send him tons of check marks on Instagram. Wish him a big happy birthday on that day. I'll remind everybody that day. But anyway, sorry to see not here, Jeff. And what was the last thing? Big shout out to Rick and Edith. Got some surprises for you tonight, you two. And a big shout out to the chat. I have to say, thank you so much. I couldn't do this without you guys. Let me get to the chat really quick. I think this is Ace. Hi, how are you? Maximilian Booth is in the house. And Not Near Mint is in the house. What do we got here? Prometheus Time Travel. What's up, brother? How are you? I know who you are. I love your attitude, dude. Comics on the mind. Do you have comics on the mind? I always have comics on the mind. Always. Thank you for being here, brother Kurt. I appreciate it. So let's go without further ado. Here we go. Our special guest for tonight.
Wow, that's yes. I'm like, I don't do anything even close to that on my channel, and I'm like, that's too much of an intro. Thank you very much.
Absolutely,
I really appreciate that.
Awesome. Thanks for coming here, and I really appreciate it. So let's get our co-host in here, and we'll get this show running. Here we go. Give me 1 second, and we have bam.
Good morning
Buddy.
from the UK, everybody.
There you go. What is up? And without further ado, here we go. Yo.
Hello, everybody. You caught me as I was making a little bit of mayhem.
Yes.
Welcome to the Nerdy Collective. Hello, gentlemen.
Buddy Rob, thank you so much. Okay, now I have a surprise for you. So there's going to be a few people who show up in the chat later tonight. This is a little special for them. My other co-host, he's been very busy lately as of late, and he's coming back tonight. And here we go.
Oh, is it time? I'm sorry. Hello, utopians!
Awesome.
You want to know something about this show? I'll tell you something about this show. This show's a lot like a cooking channel. You want to know how? Because the more you watch it, the more you sharpen your cooking skills. Well, you watch this, you sharpen your nerdy skills. And I got a special shout out there to Rick and Edith. Happy prenuptials! And you better stay together for 55 years. And a little tip for Rick, these white gloves are not just for handling comic books, you know.
Awesome. Not just for you, Rick and Edith. Hope you catch it. So, anyway, here we go. That was awesome, buddy. Where are we here? We got Barbarian in the house, buddy. What is up? Yeah, intro on Terjo. Sorry, buddy. That's just my thing. That's just what I do. Mad respect. Yay, what is up? And where was the other one? There was one more. Oh my goodness, everything just went haywire. Here we go.
Mad respect.
Yeah, I think we're caught up. There, okay. How is everybody? How's everybody's week been?
Busy.
Busy.
Yeah, very busy.
Mine too.
Busy here as well.
I'll tell you guys, I don't know if any of you guys get HBO Max, but I'm going to talk about this show a little bit tomorrow on the Generation X-Men show. I don't know if you're a big Blade Runner fan, but I'm a huge Blade Runner fan, like the original one with Harrison Ford. And I've read some of the comics over the years. And HBO Max just released a Blade Runner. It's called Blade Runner Black Lotus. 13 episodes, 22 minutes long. The animation is unreal. The fight scenes, I mean, trust me, it's not made for kids. I'll just say that right now. It's got blood. It's got violence. Not much sex, but it's got it in there. The action is like watching John Wick on steroids. It's that good. Not kidding.
Isn't all animation unreal?
Well, yeah, it is unreal. But what I'm saying is, what I mean,
is the story just as incomprehensible as the first?
No. Here's the thing.
Director's cut and the extended cut.
Exactly. What we already know is the story. It's kind of like a retelling story of that particular story, but better. Okay. And it talks more about the replicants, or a replicant, I should say. It's really good, you guys. You can check it out. And it's funny too, because most of it is done by Japanese and Chinese writers that actually did it. And if anybody doesn't know, the actual book was that I read a long time ago was by Philip K. Dick.
Yeah.
He did a book called Electric Dreams. In 2018, he also did Electric Dreams 10 episodes on Amazon, which was really good. And he also did Do Androids Dream of Electric Sleep? That was the name of his book. It was really good. But just, a little Blade Runner fandom.
You had me at the violence and the sex, so that's all.
No, it's seriously. And we get to I got the Queen to watch it. And she doesn't like animation very much, but my wife is watching. She loves it. It's that good. It's well done, you guys. Give it a shot. So, any books or anything before we get to start to ask questions? Would you like to show some books? Anybody?
Well, I only brought one book with me.
Okay. Any art?
I brought art with me.
Oh,
but
okay,
maybe we'll show that
Wait
maybe
on
a
the
little
art?
bit later.
Okay, you got it. Good. Good. We don't want to blow our water in one shot.
Now I'm like a lot of people. I'm the low grade is better than no grade.
Yep,
And
absolutely. Let me blow you up.
I've been hunting for this book for a while, and whether viewers or people know, it is very hard to get the bigger books in Australia, especially for a reasonable price.
Exactly.
This was an eBay auction, and I'm just glad that I've finally been able to get this book, especially, and as soon as people see this book, they'll know exactly why I'm happy to get this, because
I know why. Dude, that's beautiful.
So, I could have bought this book years ago, like a lot of people,
Of
and
course.
went, no, don't worry about it. I got Spidey books to buy and all that sort of stuff.
Sure.
But when I saw this auction, and it started at $1 with a few other random books like Second Appearance and a few other smaller titles, I had to jump on it.
Of course. Did you get a good price on it?
I ended up getting the whole auction for about 600 and something Australian dollars.
Okay.
Which is probably about 500 US. So
Yeah.
it's very hard to find this book over
But you
here.
got what you wanted, right? You're happy.
But I got it. That's all that matters.
Excellent. That's all it does matter in the end, because everybody asked about, well, that's too expensive. That's too expensive. Well, it basically what it comes boiling down to is, what is it really worth to you? If it's something
what are you
you really,
willing
really
to pay?
want. Exactly right. That's what it winds up being at the end. Ray, thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate it. Go ahead, bud. Film Ages Studios, thank you for being here. Mad Respect. Love the name, Mad Respect. That's really cool.
I got two.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So, funny story from earlier this week. I got two books. Now, I posted both of them on Twitter, and funny enough, one of them got 20 likes, and the other got 620 plus by this point. And it's weird because, Key Collector gives you a top 10 list and a top 20, and then the runners up top 20. It's all over the goddamn place.
Of course.
So, in the top 10 runner up this week, a book popped. And it just so happened to have been a book that I got for a friend of mine because it's her birthday.
Sure.
And that book was Winnie the Pooh issue number 1.
That's cute. I like it.
Cute. It's in a 7. There's a little fold right there. But otherwise, it's a nice book. And it showed up this week. I'm like, holy shit. Okay. I hope I wasn't the person that moved the marker, because there's no reason I got this other than for the fact it was someone's birthday.
Sure, of course.
The other one I got, that one got 20 likes. Go figure. This one got 600 likes.
Wow, really?
I like this book. I paid $30 for it, and I was like, I don't know, did I overpay? And by the 600 likes, I guess probably I did not overpay. Maybe I underpaid. It's Mark Bagley.
That's really
There's
odd,
two different
isn't it?
versions. There's a 1995. There's a 1997. But this is the one people are like, yeah, I want that too. Or, oh, I had that as a kid. Or, oh, I have that sign. And somebody
Because
had,
it's Marvel and
three
DC
signatures.
together.
But yeah, those are the two books that were just
Wow.
weird this week.
because I don't see those mixed together very often.
Oh, I would like to see more of this. And
Yeah,
the
me
best part
too.
about this story, they go simple. They don't try to explain why they're in each other's universe. They just go, hey, Batman, Spider-Man, here they are, same universe, go.
Absolutely.
With Carnage and the Joker.
Mad respect. My wife named my channel as well. That's funny. I love it. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool, Rob. Really, really cool. Monty. Oh, here we go. Go ahead. Go ahead, bud.
Now,
I'll say no
obviously,
more.
I can't afford the old one, so I just accept it. So I just go for my
Oh,
modern.
good,
And
buddy.
obviously, my Strange Academy is my favourite, but it takes ages to get them from the UK, even though they're my subscriptions. So I finally got these.
Can you
Need to be.
afford gloves?
Or a
We're
bag.
killing Monty right now. Monty's dying.
I'll
I'm
ship you some
sorry.
Mylar.
Go
Well,
ahead.
they send
go
them
ahead.
in crappy bags. They send them in 2 bags together, Monty. and I always know what you say, Monty. But I'm digital, so that's the only touching those comics will ever get has to go in bags. And then I don't touch them, don't open them. I read them online and I don't damage them. Hopefully.
Carolina 26. Thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate it.
We need to hang out more, and I will work on you.
Educate you.
Well, I don't want to say that.
You see,
Awesome.
that's the crappy bags that come in. At least they come in bags, I suppose.
You know, crappy bags are better than no bags.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. I'm really curious about that, Martin. So when you do read that, let me know how that is.
yeah, I'll let you know at the end of the week.
The Descender crew
Or earlier.
should be good.
What was that, bud?
It's the Descender crew, Dustin Eugen and
That's who that is?
Jeff Lemire, so it should be good.
Jeff Lemire is good. So I'm curious. Monty?
Oh, all right. Well, we got MadSpidey back there, so I might as well show some Spider-Man books. I'll go real quick. We got Amazing Spider-Man 171. We got Nova in there.
You don't have to go that quick because I'm bringing it up closer so people can see it. There you go.
Nice
Beautiful.
little book right there,
Beautiful.
Then one of my oldies and goodies. See, I love Daredevil. I love Daredevil, and I love his black and yellow.
Oh, yeah.
The original yellow suit.
That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome.
So, and this is to a shout out at the movie. The movie's when's it coming out?
Coming out next Friday.
Next Friday. Well, boom.
Yeah, buddy.
This puppy right there.
I'm going to say something while you're holding that. Hold it up for just one more second. I got to say something right now. All right. So
heavy, hurry.
I've only been waiting 3 years or longer for this movie to come out. Okay. And the critics shit all over it, all over the movie. Okay. I don't care about what the critics say. And everybody in the community in different senses of different ways. Oh, they're saying sell because the critics said it's crap. Now that's because they're selling the book. But the
Sell
true
and buy
fan,
it back.
yeah, exactly. I'm a big fan. Come my way. I'll take it. I'm a big fan of Mobius. And if the movie sucks, it's going to suck. That's why I'm going in low expectations. I'm going to watch it. I'm still going to watch it.
So as a comic book fan and collector, I hope the movie's terrible. And the reason why is this. I'm selfish. I want that comic. It's way too goddamn expensive right now. Key Collector has it as a high at 3,000, mid for 1,000, low at 300. That's way too goddamn high. Let it bomb and let me buy it at the end of the year at a reasonable price. And of course, they're going to incorporate Morbius in a proper movie that's not Sony, and they're going to do it right. It'll come back up.
Yeah, exactly.
You said mid-grade was how much?
Mid-grade was 1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000 on Key Collector. Yeah,
these are high grades.
And those are closer to $3,000, buddy. I don't know what to say. I can't afford $3,000 for a comic rate. I got taxes, man.
And we got this is a 10th anniversary book because if you got 101, you've got to get the giant size 102.
Me too. Yep.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
That is,
I like
you've
it.
got to have that
Love
one.
it.
Got to have that one. So then we got a little bit of Spider-Man here, number 173. Love this cover. Love this cover, man. It's just awesome.
Beautiful.
Awesome
got the
cover.
Android on the cover, doesn't it?
What's that?
Is that the Android on the cover?
No,
this is
no, it's not the Human Torch.
Is that
Molten Man.
Is that Molten Man? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake.
And then I threw this in here because it's such a high grade copy, being a 20-cent book. This book right here.
Nice. Look
Really
at that.
high grade.
He's gonna be the next one to come in soon. Everybody's talking about him.
And we got the last two. You can't show Spider-Man off, without showing 121.
Nice.
And
like that cover.
122.
Yeah.
I'll get that later this year.
Very high grade books.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Very nice.
Big shout out to Downright Nerdy, buddy Michael. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Carolina 26. We got Steven Spock. What is up, buddy? Thank you very, very much. Oh, look at this. I got my ASM 101 at 3.5 for 125 a couple years back. Yep. But it's really cool if you actually bought it off the cover for less than 25 cents too, or 15 cents.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't that damn old?
Yeah, I am. So there we go. Okay, I'll show my little quick haul here. And what I got was last Sunday on the Generation X-Men show. I had my first guest on that show, and it was an artist. His name is Stuart Martin. The guy is pretty cool. He had a promotion going on last week, and still going on. And he has created this book, and he signed it and sent it to me. It was pretty cool. For Robert, and then his signature on it. Beautiful cover. And then the one that made me laugh this week, I've been waiting for this for months, so big shout out to Bueller. Bueller. I had to have this because it's got a redhead on the cover. Red Sonja is one of my favorites. Look who this is. Bueller right there. They put him right there. Got that one, black and white one, and the Virgin. But Bueller's there. Look, his head is on the spike. And that is my drop for now because I don't want to keep going.
Yeah, I tried to get y'all to send me that Virgin one that y'all were giving away, but y'all didn't do it.
You have to ask for it in the chat. You didn't.
Yeah, I said, I did. Y'all said y'all was going to give it away, and I said, well, I'll save you time. Just give it to me.
Then I'll have to get another one.
No.
Because
don't give
it means
it.
I'll have to get your address. He doesn't take AOKs or nothing.
No, I sure don't.
Biggie Shack, what's up, buddy? Appreciate
Biggie.
it. Hey, nice for being here.
And John's here as
Comics
well.
and Kids, yo, buddy. Thank you for being here. I think we're caught up. All right, gentlemen. Do you have questions for our guest tonight?
Make them easy, remember.
Who would like to start?
Yeah, I got a question for him. Why Spider-Man?
It's always the main question, isn't it? It actually started really, really young for me. Like, I never was into the comics and that because my parents couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford it, obviously, when I was a kid. But what my old man used to do was he actually used to tape a lot of the cartoons on the old VHS and things like that. And a lot of the first ones that I saw was like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends and Scooby-Doo and all that sort of stuff. And that was my first introduction at a very, very young age. And just Spider-Man, I gravitated towards him and just stuck with him ever since.
Nice.
First Spider-Man book.
Yeah.
That's always the hardest one because I can't exactly remember what was the first one. I know it was something in the early 300s of the first volume. But I can't remember exactly which one it was.
Cool.
How big is your collection of Spider-Man?
I'm only missing Besides random annuals and the
Yep.
first annual, I'm only missing 4 issues for the whole entire amazing run.
How many hours did you have to work in order to obtain an Amazing Fantasy 15?
About another 100 years.
At
At the moment, yeah, it'll be about that.
Can you sell anything in order to obtain an Amazing Fantasy 15?
That is
other than your soul?
that is my one main drama. I don't sell anything. I give stuff away. Like when I mainstreamed my collection, like I had random DC and Image books and things like that. Like I gave all my DC stuff to Simple Simon because it's a 10-minute drive and it's nice and easy.
Sure.
And he loves DC, obviously. And he was talking about, I want to Spawn one. I've never had one, and that's why I gave him all my Spawn books that I had. So it's everything that I own now is all Marvel, besides a few sort of like, like artist series stuff that artists have given me over the years that might not be Marvel. It's pretty much all that.
Well, I tell you what, you're just about time you get somebody on here that's all Marvel, nothing but Marvel. I've been waiting. You know how many years I've been on this damn show, and everybody else bringing freaking DC on it, and now you got this guy bringing Marvel.
Yep. Cool.
DC, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's just move that camera over.
Keep losing your voice.
Did you get any of the UK comics like the Beano? Did you ever in Australia?
No.
I don't know whether you'd get any of those, because obviously that was my first comics that I read, but no one knows about them. So, and it keeps them cheap.
We actually see quite a lot of because obviously in the 90s they did Australian priced variants. So instead of obviously saying the $2.99 or $3.99 or whatever it was USD or US, it would actually say AUD for Australian. But I did see a lot of UK priced variants over here, especially when you're sort of diving into the back issue bins. You can see a lot of UK ones over here.
They're good ones to get hold of.
The UK price variants. What was it like back when the first Spider-Man movie came out with Sam Raimi directing and, Tobey Maguire, he's going to be in this. What was your thoughts as this movie was about to come out as a Spider-Man fan? Or were you a Spider-Man fan at that point?
I've always been a Spider-Man fan. So, yeah, ever since I was a kid, but more the collecting obviously came a lot later when I could afford it myself. I was very hyped for it, but I'm also, and that my view has changed a lot over the years, but I was very critical because I'm a very traditional comic book person. So I'm like, why is the webbing coming out of his wrist and things like that? So I was like, what the F is this? And all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so like I still enjoyed the movie. It's still, obviously I have it on, I have the special editions on DVD and Blu-ray and all that sort of stuff and things like that. But yeah, I was very hyped for it. But yeah, I was very critical at the same time after I'd seen it.
Sure.
It would have been more original though if the webbing would have come out of his ass.
Does it come out of anywhere else?
There's actually been a discussion on another Hangout stream that we were talking about that, saying, well, he's a spider. It should come out of his ass.
Yeah, it should. Chris Large, what's up, buddy? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Lost Kid Comics. Yo, what's up? Ray, how you doing? Me, anything but the universe, solo, all fiction. Okay. A little different.
So when did you start getting into the back issues? I mean, anyone can start picking up the modern ones that start coming out because you can get some of them for $3, $5, $10. But when you start getting into the real money of those sub 100 issues, when did you start getting into those?
Yeah, so once again, it was when I could actually afford it. Like I actually prefer, like my favorite is silver and bronze. Like that is even though I wasn't born then, that still like gravitate. Like anytime I can actually look for back issues or buy back issues, regardless whether it's $1 book or $1,000 book. If it's an older issue, filler, key, doesn't matter. If I've got the money and I like the book, whether I like the cover or the story or whichever, I will always gravitate that than I will to newer books.
This is a younger version of me in Australia, and he's trying to grow a beard too.
No, I'm not. That's just laziness.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, really, you're just like I don't know how old you are, but you're like a lot younger than I am.
43, so I'm not that young.
Oh, well, yeah. So cool.
Add another 20 years and you'll be Mr. White Gloves.
And I still won't be able to grow the beard.
Right.
I don't even try. I woke up one morning and it was there. I thought, man, I hit puberty late.
Dude, I thought you were only 16.
Yeah. No,
that's
16,
what's growing up like in the South.
16 and a half,
Just hit your birthday.
What is the weirdest place that you've bought a comic book?
Yeah, so that's very hard over here because we're very limited for resources over here. Like comic shops are far and few between. Back issues are very scarce.
Right.
I've bought obviously books from comic shops. I've bought, like online eBay and all that sort of stuff. What I used to do when I was younger, before obviously the internet blew up and things like that, antique bookstores was always a good one.
Yeah.
Like I remember picking up Amazing 129
Okay.
for $5 in an antique bookstore.
Wow.
That's cool. Obviously it was a bit rough, but I didn't care. Even back then I didn't care. I just wanted the book.
Sure.
I'm like, I love Punisher as well. I didn't even know it was his first appearance. I just went, Spider-Man, Punisher, that's awesome, I'll grab it. Wasn't years later that I actually found out it was his first appearance.
Well, is there a big group of comic collectors over there where you're at, or is it kind of just far?
But it's more and more, and I still to this day I say the Big Bang Theory is what exploded comic books.
Yeah. Wow.
Because nerds became cool and things like that. Like obviously when I was at school, and a lot of you would have been at school, if you collected comics, you used to get beaten up and teased.
Oh yeah, of course.
Things like
I didn't get beaten up though. I defended myself.
I was a football player. No, they didn't mess with me. Well, have you ever thought about putting an ad in the local paper saying that you'll buy Marvel comics?
Yeah, so I've obviously YouTube. I've made a lot of contacts even over here, and I have a lot of contacts in the States now. I've been buying stuff up from the States, especially for probably 20, 25 years. I used to buy a lot of statues and stuff like that from the States. Oh, no, Sanimation's here.
How you doing, Sandy?
Well, what I'm talking about is get those people that read the paper that have those that's been out there for 20 years that they have forgot all about. And they said, well, I was wondering what I'm going to do with those. And then they turn around and answer your ad. Those are the ones you need to get a hold of.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, the one major thing that I'm jealous about, especially with the States, is that, I hear stories about guys, I went, my grandmother died and she had a box in the attic, or I went to somebody's place. I bought a collection for $50 and I had this. That stuff does not happen over here. Does not happen at all.
So I used to put an ad on a radio station, and they called it Tredio, and they'd go through people that call in and say, I got this and this and this for sale. And I got a lot of my books that went out over the radio, and people started calling me, and I'd go look at collections and everything. In fact, I bought a Conan 1 for $20.
Wow.
Yeah. In a supermarket parking lot.
So now we know how you got your
I bought my Werewolf by Night behind a storage facility in a cracked out neighborhood. So yeah, I'm willing to drive to some
Wow.
I thought
What's
I was
your best and worst
and
enemy
again,
for Spidey?
Ooh.
What are you gonna say,
Yeah,
Mark?
so I like a lot of them. I'm not very biased. It's hard. I like the monstery sort of type characters. Like I'm not going to suck up to Rob here, but Morbius is obviously he's a bit of an anti-hero, but like early on, he wasn't. Even some of the goofier ones, like Man Wolf and stuff like that, are really cool. But you can't go past Sinister Six. Obviously, he's had some pretty silly ones like the Spot. And stuff like that.
Yeah, badass, man.
Hammerhead.
He can teleport.
You got Hammerhead.
It's all. I didn't mind Hammerhead.
Yeah,
Hammerhead, Tombstone. People like that. I like those sort of characters as well.
Then you had the one on the roller skates. What was his name?
just
Rocket Racer.
Welcome.
Rocket Racer's badass when he has a car.
Oh, I reckon the stupidest one was the big wheel.
I think they're running out of ideas. They're trying to find something. Definitely could see that in the writing.
The funniest Daredevil was a Stiltsman. That was just like, okay.
Ass pain.
There were some quirky ones. But see, here's the thing. It's like, okay, everybody's shitting all over the movie. And it's like Morbius, for example. And I was a fan of that. That's a big deal to me. So even if the movie sucks, I'm just happy he got a movie. Period.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really happy about. Whether the book does good, it does good. So what?
And that's why I think like comic book movies and TV series and everything, they need to branch out. And that's what they've been doing. Like Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. We'd actually heard of Guardians of the Galaxy when it came out. And now everybody loves it and everybody's collecting them. And then there's heaps of series. And it's good. Branching out is good. Bit of diversity instead of the same old.
Oh boy.
Damn, Barbarian, you need to start.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, Barbarian. Yo, buddy, how you doing? Chris, what's up? Yo, Chris Carolina, how are you?
What is your favorite villain for
I was gonna
Spider-Man
I was curious
to fight?
Ooh.
He's had so many.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, obviously, they've had good sort of versions, bad, or worse done versions. I'd like to see a Spidey in a Morbius movie. I reckon that'd be awesome. But once again, I want him to go a little bit deeper. Maybe like I know it's going to sound corny, but maybe a cardiac or a Shocker. Like I know Shocker's sort of been in the top.
Well, not as far as the movies, in the books. What was your favorite? Yeah, in the books. Yeah,
that's probably the one thing that I was eventually going to get to, and I'm a bit ashamed of. I'm not a reader anymore. I've become too much of a collector, not a reader. I used to read a lot when I was younger. Yeah. So like a lot of the newer stuff, like probably like from 2000 upwards, I have not read a lot of the stories.
See, I've got away from reading very few of the new stuff, and I've gone back and started reading the old stuff because
that was my original plan.
I just don't much like the new stuff. Some of the new stuff coming out.
Like my original plan was to obviously once I'd collected my ASM run and I was all up to date, start at number 1 and just keep going and read through. But obviously now that's become very financially impossible for me.
Well, just buy omnibus.
No, I'm a floppy issue sort of guy. I've never been
the cool thing about omnibus though, that's something I've been dabbling with lately. The omnibuses are kind of cool because if you have those old books, you don't have to worry about wrecking them. You can just keep them in mint condition and read them right out of the whole book and get the whole story in one shot, which is cool.
Spidey, and if you weren't reading the new stuff, okay, let's go back to previous to 2000.
Yeah.
Considering that you were reading up till then, what did you think about the Spider clone?
Oh, you had to bring up the clone stuff.
Of course, you're Spidey, MadSpidey. We have to bring up clones.
Yeah.
No comment. I played the 5th. No comment.
Well, at least we got Ben Reilly out of it, and Ben's a pretty good character.
I liked the design, of Scarlet Spider. Sure. When Ben Reilly actually came out in what was it, in Web 118 or whichever number it was. I can't remember.
Who that? What's up, buddy?
Well, what did you think about when Doc Ock took the consciousness of Spider-Man and he just floated around and narrated through that whole series?
So I read a little bit of that, and I actually, this is a small sort of story for you. We had a convention here, and Dan Slott was here. I was talking to, because we also had Derek Robertson here from The Boys fame. Right. I was talking to him about, like I was getting some original art from him, and I was just talking to him for a bit and stuff like that. And I could hear somebody talking, because they were like right about a couple of meters apart. I could hear somebody talking to Dan Slott about that, and I just turned over and I said, yeah, because you're a dickhead for doing that. And then I finished with Derek and I walked off.
All right, then.
Because Peter Parker's my Spider-Man. You know, it's like I'm an old school guy. You know, he's my Spider-Man. You know, the clones and the extra stuff. Yeah, it's cool and it's something different and stuff like that. But Peter Parker is still my Spider-Man.
If the chat has any questions, please ask them in the chat and I'll post them up accordingly. Martin, you got anything?
Do you read any of the modern stuff at all? Any of it?
I have not, and that's the worst decision. One of the worst decisions I ever made. Key collector and pull box is not a good combination.
No, it's not. I've seen that too. I've had that experience.
Yeah, like and I bring it down to Ultimate Fallout 4. I still do not own that book.
Yep.
I still want that book.
Yep.
Now it's becoming unattainable.
Yep.
I could have obviously bought that off the shelf, and I just went, that's not my Spider-Man, I won't worry about it. Now I do want it, and now it's harder to get because it's expensive. So getting to the newer sort of stuff, I've got into that mindset where like I don't want to miss that opportunity again, regardless of whether it's a Spider-Man book or other Marvel books. I've been going, okay, that's
watch out for that FOMO. It can hurt you bad.
Badly.
Going for $100.
Oh my goodness. It can really hurt.
Yeah.
Like a Sun Spider and Air Spider and Sea. Who the cares?
Yeah,
$100, they might be in a movie.
And it's the same with the variants. Like I've always said variants, it's very good for the comic artists.
Sure.
Because the comic artists get more work and things like that doing all these variants. But on the flip side of it, it's bad for us because then it's like, how many variants do you need of one book? You know, it's absolutely ridiculous, like incentives and ratios and, you know, and store exclusives. And yeah, it just goes on and on and on. You got 100 variants for one book. Unfortunately, I've fallen into that trap a little bit as well. I've cover buyed a lot of stuff going, oh, that's a cool cover. I like that art. And I'll just pick it up. By the time you do that and pick up another one, and you're already spending a couple $100, you know, every week.
Exactly. I don't know if this pertains to anything, but Barbarian is asking, do you collect all Spidey titles or just ASM? What is your favorite?
I did branch out probably about 10, 15 years ago. It was the same deal. Like ASM was starting to get harder to find over here, getting a little bit expensive. I was only buying $2, $5, $10 books. I started collecting Spectacular. I pretty much got, I think, nearly the whole entire run. I know I've got the first volume at least. Did the same with Web. A few odd other ones, small minis and stuff like that. The only one I never got into was Ultimate. That was the only one. That's the only one I never bought.
Right. Best Spidey.
So you haven't got Savage. So you haven't got Savage.
I did pre-order that. I do have that in my my bag here. So I thought that was a cool idea.
Who that was saying best Spidey villain, and he said his was Green Goblin. What was yours?
Yeah, and as I said, it's very hard because I have quite a lot of favorites.
They're hard to pick.
Yeah, I can't really because he's got such
everything from
cool
Fisk
rogues gallery
on. Yeah, you talk about Fisk and all that on.
And I like some of the B and C grade villains as well. As I said, like Shocker, Cardiac, Carrion, you know, a few of the other ones. He's got some really cool villains.
Come back. He'll come back in a second. His internet must be bugging out on him. Okay. Let's see here. Did you want to show some art? I know you're a big art collector because I came across some of your stuff on your channel. And by the way, everybody out there, all the links down below. At the very top of the link is all of MadSpidey's. It's like it's got like 5. There's like 5 episodes on there I put on there. Go check him out. Go give him some love. Share him out. Hit him a like. And yeah, I think you'll enjoy his content because, buddy, show some of that art because I love your art. Your art pieces are absolutely beautiful.
Well, I sort of tailored what I brought.
Go ahead.
Mainly to the G-Man, but I did bring a few other things.
That's all right. Go ahead, buddy.
I know he's a redhead.
Yeah, of course.
Redhead
Absolutely.
lover.
100%.
So a little bit of MJ.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's from
Beautiful.
Joyce Chin. Obviously, if you don't know who Joyce is, Joyce
Look at the
is,
smiles.
Arthur Adams' better half.
Wow.
So
Nice.
yeah, that was done 2000. I can't remember. Oh, there we go.
Beautiful.
2000. She's right. 2010. It wasn't that early.
Yep.
I think it was about 2012 or 13
Oh,
or something
very cool.
like that. So I know a lot of people in the community like, even though he does the same sort of faces and poses and things. Linsner.
Oh yeah,
Michael
love
Linsner.
Linsner. Yeah, some Red Dawn. Is that some Red Dawn or is that?
No, that's MJ.
That's MJ right there.
Yeah,
Where'd
have a
you
look
get
at
that? Are you kidding me? That's beautiful.
So actually, I actually bought. I didn't buy that from Joseph. I actually bought that off another artist friend of mine, Connie Valentina. Yeah, she actually had that, and she was like, she needed a bit of cash, and she's like, I know you'd love this, so do you want to buy it?
That was nice. Yeah. That was very nice.
Now, the next one's a bit of a weird one. I didn't commission this. I didn't buy this. This was actually, I don't know whether anybody knows the artist Drew Moss.
What did he do? What did he do?
I'm not big sometimes on what people have done. Like usually when I find artists, I see their art and I just like, yeah, cool artist. Yeah, see if I can get a commission from them.
Yep.
So he did a Venom for me, and then he added this piece in for nothing because I waited a little bit too long. I didn't even. It's a really weird piece, but I know you're going to love it because I know you love tentacle things.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's basically a Cthulhu Galactus.
That's cool.
So very random piece, does not fit in my collection at all, but I've still kept it.
What is it coming out of? Is it a book or what is it?
No, that's Galactus's head.
Is that what that is?
That's
okay, I don't have you blow it up. Hold on. What the heck? That's cool though. Very cool concept. Look at that. That's really neat.
Totally random.
Yeah, it is random. Very random.
I messaged him and I'm like, what is this?
Galactus's Cthulhu.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you guys
mix the two together. They're world destroyers.
Like a fusion style.
That's awesome. No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
What was he thinking? That's kind of neat.
Yeah, I don't know. As I said, at the time, I'm like, yeah, thanks. like when you get those pair of socks at Christmas that you don't really care for.
Oh yeah. I got you. Oh, that's cool. All good.
Now I mentioned obviously.
What were you gonna say, Martin?
Here.
Martin, what were you gonna say?
Well, I think you've answered my next question. I was going to say MJ or Gwen, and I think you've just answered it. With those pictures.
Yeah, because there's one thing that I've noticed about Linsner's work because he did a lot of this last couple of years. He's done a lot of work with Red Sonja and also Days of Thoris. He's done a lot of that work. And you notice a resemblance of his art style from the old Dawn series. If you ever read any of his old Dawn series, one of the books he did all the art on the inside and the covers. They're absolutely stunning work. Story was a little convoluted, but other than that, beautiful work inside and out. And I've noticed a lot of the covers as he's getting older always resemble Dawn. That's why I asked you, could you put that one back up again with that I thought was Dawn and you said it was MJ? So did I. I thought it was Dawn as well.
It's
definitely has I could have sworn that was Dawn. The only thing is missing is the teardrop underneath her cheek. Yeah. That's it. But beautiful work. That's really cool.
It's Dawn cosplaying as MJ.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, sorry. Did you interrupt?
Hey, stop that.
What is your cat?
My cat's trying to eat my new X-Men. Or rather, I have one new X-Men that was one of those, it was sent through the mail and it's still in the original mailer with the Marvel thing.
Sure.
And it's out here because I'm going to rearrange my X-Men box. But the cat wants to eat it. Sorry. All right, MadSpidey. So here's a good question.
Here we go.
Damn. So when it comes to these stories that come out, what is your favorite artist when it comes to Spider-Man? And you can't say Ditko or Ramita because those are clearly what everyone's going to say. So who else?
How rude. Actually, being more of a, when I collected comics, actually buying own comics, obviously Bagley was big in the 90s. He was the workhorse in the 90s. So yeah, obviously besides Ditko and Ramita and things like that, actually Bagley is actually one of my favorites.
Okay. It's fair. Big shout out to the honey for letting you stay do the show. I appreciate it. So tell her the G-Man says thank
she's
you.
around somewhere.
Appreciate
and that's the thing, like with the original art, like what I was saying before is like I have a lot of
is your wife named Laura?
No, it's Beck.
Beck? Okay.
Yeah.
I say, whoa. You got a lot of resemblances here.
And like a lot of the artists that I've picked, I've seen it not from necessarily, from like Facebook pages and IG pages, stuff like that. I don't know what they've actually done with a lot of them.
Sure.
I try and obviously if I'm going to do my artist series on my channel, I'll do the research and say, look, they've done this and they've worked for this person and stuff. But for these sort of things, I just say the name and I just show it. Like Derek Donovan.
Oh my God. Look at that. Woo. That's pretty cool, dude. I'm sorry. I'm liking that.
So,
I have to have a big shout out too as well to my brother Scott Farr. If you watch this on the rewind, buddy, just for you, look at that. Him and I are big Morbius fans as well. So big shout out to my buddy Scott Farr. Look at that.
That's about the only one that I haven't shown, because obviously you were in the chat with one of the things I was showing some art, and I showed a few of my Morbius pieces. So,
right.
I'll show one more piece. I have a few more, but Lady didn't turn up. So
no, she didn't.
I'll show one David Yarden piece. She can watch it on the rewind.
She wanted to.
Still has to be. No, do not say it. This is in the background, and she's going to say something that's going to disrupt it.
It looks like Tom Selleck.
Oh!
Did she say Tom Selleck? Let's see.
Not wrong.
It does.
You shut up. Go away.
It's Tom Selleck with a sock in his pants.
Look at that. Wow. He did a really good job on that. My goodness. So did he have this piece on the table, or did he just do this?
He did this specifically for me.
Dude, that is beautiful. Look at the work on the wow. The lion on his vest. That's cool. Wow.
I can't. I mean, he keeps holding it down there. He's got a bulger going on.
Of course, you'd notice that.
He's holding it right there. I'm like, really?
He's excited.
He just made his good kill.
That's awesome. Wow, that is a beautiful piece.
Yeah, so it was pretty much like the story, but because as I said, I've known Dave for quite a while now.
Sure.
I could say he's a good mate of mine and things like that. And we had a convention. It was interstate. Me and the missus went over. Just hung out with him, talked and stuff. And he was telling me about some. I won't obviously go into it, but he had some personal issues and things like that.
Right.
And just some family stuff and whatever like that. And I said to him, I said, Leo, what's the deal or whatever? And he goes, I need money for this, money for that. And I just basically said to him, I said, I'm going to buy a piece or organize a piece from you anyway. Just take the cash. I know you're good for it.
Yeah.
And pretty much the next round of conventions, which the first one's in Melbourne, hometown, I come and I hadn't even made it to the convention, and I've got messages from all my collecting mates saying,
sure,
this can't be real. It's got to be a print. What the hell? Jealous, I'm going to kill you, all this sort of stuff. They'd all seen it before me. So, yeah, and when I finally rocked up and went there, I literally almost fainted.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So,
fantastic. You
I'm
okay,
s-
Rob? The
I'm
cat?
sorry. I'm sorry. My internet just all of a sudden it just went out. Then it come
All
back.
good, brother. All good. I need you to come back. It's all good.
Now, you're a J. Scott Campbell fan. Have you noticed the similarities with that comic you've just that art you've just shown to another one of his comics?
I wouldn't say David's style is anything like J. Scott Campbell's. Obviously, J. Scott Campbell is very.
I'm trying to find it now. It's very similar to another Jungle piece of J. Scott Campbell's, and I'm trying to find it now because I can't remember. I'll put it up in a minute.
Obviously, J. Scott Campbell is like, he's an awesome artist, things like that. He's very well known, very respected, and things like that. But he's got cool covers, but his art is very uniformed, I suppose, is the most polite way to sort of say it.
Right.
Especially when it comes to the ladies.
Yeah.
So you called Dan Slott an asshole, basically. Who else have you called an asshole?
To their face or behind
To their
back?
face, or you wrote into the letter column.
He's the only one I've actually said it to. Yeah, I almost did it to Arthur Sidham.
Wow, really?
What's the story behind that?
Yeah, I'm curious.
I shouldn't have mentioned this.
Because no, I'm curious because I like a lot of his work.
It's not going to got to know about the beefs.
Just need to know the beefs. What happened? Was he an asshole?
Obviously, he's got a bad reputation at a convention for taking over. Trying to, I know I want 4 booths big instead of 1 or 2 and things like that. So he's got a bad history when it comes to conventions. But obviously over here, when we get international comic creators, we get 2 or 3 at a time for one convention, and that's it. We don't get like 10 or 20 of them because we can't afford it. He seemed really nice. I was emailing backwards and forwards and things like that. He was coming here. I was like, I want to get an original piece from you. First, I should have, in hindsight, the first thing that should have clicked was when he told me I only work on this particular paper.
Oh my goodness.
If you want to, no, I'm not showing it. Go away.
Well, please show it.
No.
Please, I want to see it.
No.
Whenever you say I'm not going to show it,
yeah,
have to.
Yeah, I know. Let me get through the story first.
Yeah, get through the story.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
in hindsight, that should have been the first warning alarm that he asked. He said, I only work on this paper, so if you want anything drawn, it has to be on this paper. If you want this particular size. So like I always want 11 by 17 because that's comic book page size.
Sure.
And he said, I only work on this brand and this type of paper. So I went out and I had to import it from the States to get it here.
Goodness.
So I'd already blown $100 before he was even in the country.
Sure.
So, but I was committed. It was early in my art collecting career or journey. So yeah, comes to the convention. I get there. I say, can you do it on this piece of paper? He's like, yep, no worries. It was reasonably priced. I was like, yep, no worries. And what he gave me was basically looked like it just a bunch of scribbles. It's not worth the money. Yeah, you can tell what it is, but it's nothing compared to anything else I have.
See it? Can we please see it?
I haven't physically got it here, but obviously Beck has pulled up a picture. Hang on.
I can't wait to see this.
What?
Yeah. It's obviously it's a little bit fuzzy, but
wow.
Yeah, so I said I want a zombie Spider-Man. He's the zombie king. Give me a zombie Spider-Man, and it's just a bunch of squiggles.
Wow.
So I was just like, yeah, as I said, like the socks at Christmas. I was like, yeah, thanks. And I was literally going to turn around and go, give me my effing money back.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I just put it down to experience.
Sure.
I've learned if he ever comes back here again, I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
And that's literally probably about the only disappointing experience I've had with original art.
What you should have done is say, erase it. I want my paper back.
I made sure I got my $100 pad back because it was still he used the first page. It was still another 50 pages or whatever. And I made sure I got that back.
Yeah.
And that pad is now paid for it in spades because there's quite a few artists that have come out that only work on smaller size paper, and I've gone, I'm happy to pay the extra money. Will you actually work on that? And quite often they've said, I'll just charge you the same, and I'll work on your bigger pad there. So
Sure.
it actually has come back in the
Wow,
positive. Thank God.
Well, you'd think that some of these artists, they get a little too big for the britches, and the people are the ones that are supporting them, and the fans that know their work. You think that he'd be a little bit more humbler?
MadSpidey, repeat after me. Bitch, don't you know there's a paper shortage?
I wish there was back in 2013 or 14 when I got it.
Man.
Don't you know who I am? No. Do you know who I am? No. Good grieving.
Wow.
It's sad that tree died for that art.
Yep.
Poor tree.
That tree will never see life again.
What is this now, buddy? What?
Those are the ones that I think of when they see that artwork that you showed.
Oh,
I'm
it's
not
like Savage
seeing-
Land stuff.
I'm not seeing nothing but boobies.
Yeah.
That goes out to Carolina Chris. You know, he was ribbing me about the crotch shot.
Yo, buddy.
Oh, what's that one say? Sidem did an original for me a few years back. Wolverine as a zombie eating
yeah.
spider ham. It was
Barbarian.
$250 and he didn't give Wolverine
Didn't even put the claws. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, as I said, he's got a very bad reputation at conventions for like literally kicking other professional artists out of their booths and wanting a bigger booth. That's his main sort of gripe. He wants it all his way or nothing at all.
Wow, she's got kind of a big head. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I know you're Colleen Duran and all, but please move over.
Yeah.
What are you?
Hey, Campbell, how you doing, Gamble? What's up? Thank you for being here, brother.
Yeah, who's Jim Lee? Nah, piss him off.
Too funny.
Bill Simone? I ain't never heard of that.
Okay, what was it here? There was all right.
Who's he think he is? Kanye West.
What were you gonna say?
No, the Carolina Chris comment.
Which one? This one? There we go. Oh my goodness.
Shots fired.
Yep, shots fired. Oh, Bob, thank you for being here.
So when it comes to all these A covers, B covers, C covers, how bad are you when it comes to all these Spider-Man covers and the variants? Are you a completist, or are you good enough just having the one copy of a particular?
Like what I touched on earlier, the variants are the bane of a lot of people's existence when it comes to collecting. Like, as I said, like, it's good from both sides of the industry.
Sure.
But I've always been just an A cover, because obviously there wasn't variants back in Bronze Age and Silver Age and stuff like that. So I'm always an A cover person. Pull list will always be A covers, but obviously now occasionally I might just go, oh, I like that B cover, or I like that 1 in 10, or I'll just grab that as a
you got
cover.
The Gleason cover, didn't you, for ASM?
Yes and no.
I did.
Yeah.
Did you get it, buddy? Did you get it, Martin? Cool.
I've got it.
I bought the I think the white one was the first one, the A cover. I have the blue and the red one, not physically here. It's actually in a friend's. I've got a couple of boxes with another YouTuber mate of mine, Gorilla Todd, who a few people know.
Gorilla Todd.
He's got a few boxes of comics that I won on auctions that I need to get organized, get sent over here, and a couple of the variants of that are in those boxes there. So that's what I mean by yes and no. I have them, but not physically yet.
Sleepy Reader, what is up, brother? How you doing? What I hate is when I can find an A cover, which happens to me every now and then. Yeah, we
what
feel
do you
your
think of
pain,
Virgin
brother.
covers?
Trust me.
Funny.
Virgin covers are cool, but I prefer trade dress.
Yeah, me too.
I prefer trade because then it says what the comic is.
Yeah,
if I wanted a bit of art, if I
I'm
wanted
really
a
liking it,
portrait, I'd buy a portrait. But I want it to say
what it actually, instead of going, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I have to pull it out of the bag and board, flip it around, and see what it actually is.
Okay. All right. So when it comes to trade dress, there's some good points on this. Sometimes it depends on where you put the trade dress. So there's this Catwoman issue, just like a Milo Manara version of Spider-Woman that came out a while
Yep.
back, where because it was a little bit too pornographic-ish, they slapped the Spider-Woman logo over her ass because it was too porn-looking, because it was porn, essentially. And for the Catwoman that just recently came out, it was like a 1 in 25 or 1 in 50, $200, $300 book within a week or so of coming out. They released a second print. They put the damn title dress over the goods, so now it's like, why cover the curves?
Hey,
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, give me the porn every time.
I want the porn.
Well, then you're
I want
collecting the
porn
wrong
and
book.
the title dress.
You're collecting the wrong books, then, Rob.
Okay, the $1 million question is the first appearance 180 or
no.
181.
No, go away.
I'm not going to even go there. I will not go there because you know which one it is.
180.
Period.
Yeah, I'm not getting into the cameo versus.
I
first
won't
appearance
either.
thing.
You know, I'm on the safe side. I just get both.
Yep.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would love both. They are in my list to get sort of books and things like that. But I'm not going to get into that debate.
Yep.
I've been literally in the middle of that very fiery debate on a few hangout streams, and no, definitely
I'm
not.
sure. Been there too.
I'd say if you put the character in a book, that's their first appearance. I don't care if
still got no
it's
comment.
like a hint. I don't care if it's a hint. I don't care if it's a shadow. Intent means everything. It's like getting into a vehicle while
you got a full
intoxicated
set.
with the keys. You didn't start the
Anyway.
car, but you'll go to jail.
Nah, you're not gonna tempt me. Nah, no comment.
Gotcha. He's got you. Cough, cough.
There's always somebody has to bring up that debate.
Oh, of course. It's got to be.
Like what Biggie always says, just get them all.
Yeah, exactly. Get them all. So,
here we go.
where are we? Here we go. Boom, boom, boom.
everyone's gonna.
That one was pulled off the stand. I bought that right off a spinner rack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I still love that. I'd love to own those books, but not going to happen. Unless I fluke it like the Moon Knight.
Yeah. So are you looking forward to the Moon Knight special that's come out? Look at that X-Men size, giant size one.
He's bringing out like all the books that I want that are on.
Oh,
my
Of course.
I still need that too. Next year.
I'm looking. I haven't read enough Moon Knight, but I know a little bit of, and that's the thing I'd prefer to have.
Bring it closer, Monty. There you go. Look at that.
That's cool.
It's so hot, I want to fuck it.
Rob, man. Oh my goodness.
He got his
Look
mind
at me
in the gutter
banned.
somewhere. I actually like watching comic TV shows and movies.
Sure.
Like I like watching all of them, but I love watching ones especially I don't know enough about because I'm not going in with a traditional mind. I'm not going to like pick at it. I'm going to go in there just going. I want to see what it's all about and enjoy it for what it is. Not go. That's wrong.
Can I give you a
that's
suggestion
wrong.
then? Have you ever seen the classic 90s run of X-Men or not X-Men, Silver Surfer, the animation?
I have it on DVD. Yes.
Oh, so you've watched it all?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I love all the stuff.
Some great stories in that, isn't there?
Especially the cartoons and things like that. You can never go wrong with cartoons.
Just to
What
answer,
about a Faust cartoon?
Oh, that'd be like watching. Not a lot of people are going to know what this is, but Legend of the Overfiend or Demon Womb.
Ooh,
Yuratsuka Doji, Legend of
Yeah,
the
that is-
Overfeed.
I'm surprised somebody can actually pronounce that.
I
Just
was
that-
made fun of for the longest period of time at an old DVD store in the 90s going, no, Yuratsuka Doji didn't come in. It's like, hey, you can pronounce it now too. It's like, yeah, because asshole, you come in every week asking.
Yes, I do love my anime as well.
Okay, cool. What's your favorite anime?
And not like other like comics. It's like trying to pick your favorite kid. I do have a lot of favorites. I do
Okay,
love a
pick
lot of
your
the
first
mainstream,
Five.
like mainstream stuff. Like my first main love was Rurouni Kenshin,
Okay, I know what that is. Yeah,
which is Samurai X. You might have known.
I've seen that too. That's good
Yeah.
too.
Trust and betrayal.
Samurai X was the OVAs that before the main series started. So
You saw the
Rurouni
new
Kenshin-
live action movies?
Yeah, the action and the fight scenes were good, but the story was totally screwed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so was like one of my first loves when I got into it. Like obviously, I love the classics. I love Ninja Scroll and Akira and Ghost in the Shell and all that sort of stuff. But series wise, like I love Bleach, I love Naruto, I love One
Bleach
Piece.
is good. Yeah, I like Bleach too.
And I'm absolutely ecstatic that they're actually bringing Bleach back.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It
So
always
yeah, I've
felt
got a
like they
lot of
didn't have an
favorites.
ending for Bleach or Naruto. Did they
Well,
end it?
Naruto kept going into Boruto, so.
To answer your question,
I mean, at least
Barbarian Kung Fu, I
Inuyasha wound up having an ending.
I bought a lot of them, Barbarian, that were graded, but I've only sent 4 off since my 48 years of collecting. I got 4 graded, and I missed them too long. So, yeah, but I've been buying a bunch that are graded, and Camp Bell, excuse me, yeah, I only got one.
Yes, that is another good one. I like Vampire Hunter as well. Excellent one.
D, don't forget the D.
What's that? What's that, bud?
Don't forget the D.
Yep,
Vampire Hunter
exactly.
D.
Vampire Hunter
There's a
D.
new one from
Exactly right.
the early 2000s and the old 80s one. Old 80 one's a great hand-drawn anime, but the early 2000s one was a fun one. But it's kind of like Ninja Scroll. They made a TV show OVA. Not as good as the original, but still fun.
It was a little. It was a bit more tame than the original movie. It was a bit more PG than like your adult content stuff.
Ninja Scroll
you seen
opening
Rock-
scene, grabs the
Rock-
girl and licks between her legs. Much for a TV show.
Oh,
What do you think of Fantastic Four then from the 90s series? Because that's what I grew up with, that and that Spider-Man. So I know
the
a bit of
animated-
Spider-Man from that. So
The animated series.
yeah,
I have the whole entire 90s series all on DVD, and I've rewatched them multiple times. Like not necessarily the Silver Surfer and Fantastic Four and the Hulk one as well, and a few of those. I haven't rewatched them as much, like mainly the Spidey and the X-Men one, because that's obviously the longest running out of the lot.
Yeah.
But
Was
yeah,
that-
I didn't
What
mind
about
it.
the Max? You watched the Max animated show?
I didn't actually know there was one.
I didn't either.
It was Australian.
Well, there you go. You learn something new every day.
What?
It was the 90s. MTV.
Was it really? They made
Yeah.
an anime out of that?
They made an animated production of it, late 90s. And yeah, I remember watching it. Came out right before Spawn. So the animation was a little janky here and there, but essentially it was the comic.
Cool. Yeah, no, I did not know that.
I didn't either.
What about Swamp Thing then? Did you watch that as well?
The TV show?
Was there an animated thing, or are you talking about the new Swamp Thing series?
No, there's a cartoon. I'm sure there was a cartoon in the 90s.
There was.
Yeah,
I
there was.
don't actually, and probably because obviously more Marvel focused, but I still have a lot of the DC stuff and that. Yeah, I didn't actually know there was a Swamp Thing one.
Yeah, I
it
remember
looked like-
vaguely watching that.
I got a whole
Like
short box. I got a whole short box full of Swamp Thing over here that I know nothing about.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, Rob.
In fact, I was looking at them yesterday.
This one?
No, there's one in there with a yellow cover,
Oh, God damn it.
and I've heard that one's a good one. And then where's that other book at? The First Appearance,
Constantine one.
House of Secrets.
House of Secrets.
Yeah, I found that. Found
Is
that in the
that's
collection.
89, I think, isn't it? No, 85.
Yes,
Other
that's
one?
the book.
Hey,
I
it
got
was-
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is special about that one, Rob?
Constantine. First
Oh.
Constantine where he's named. In 25, there's a guy that looks just like him, but he doesn't have the overcoat.
Okay, is that book valuable?
I don't know. I picked up the entire run for about $80 about 20 years ago.
I just took it in a box for me.
And I ended up finding that House of Secrets. I think it's been about 3 years ago. It was in my collection. I never knew it was in there either.
Wow.
Oh, you lucky I mean, no, that's a garbage book. I'm sure it's not worth anything. You can send it this way.
I'll have to get y'all off air sometime, and y'all can go through and look at my Swamp Things and tell me what are good or bad.
1 through
'Cause-
10.
Yeah.
Everything after that.
Of course you would say that. So a big shout out to Comic Addiction. I got to show some books really quick, you guys. Hang on. So I just picked up these, and these are ones I didn't show on my last week's show. Swamping 13. So Comic Addiction's on Instagram. And I picked up this one from him. Yeah, sorry, it's DC, Monty, but I like some DC. And I got a nice ASM
Yeah.
151.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
We got a Marvel Features presents Astonishing X-Men, or no, sorry, Ant-Man. Number 4. Big shout out to Cookie because I know he's a big fan. I also picked up this Dune, Demon. Sorry, not Dune. Look at that, beautiful. Some Phantom Strangers. Yep,
The Phantom Stranger knows.
yep, and the New Gods. Some more Kirby love. So big shout out to you, buddy. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. He is on Instagram. You could check him out if you get a chance.
Man, just the other week, I'm so upset because I missed out on it by like minutes. Somebody had an entire run of New Gods out there. I think it went for about 171.
Yep. I think I might have heard about that. Someone was talking about it in the community.
Hey, Rob, you think I can bring up that topic?
Absolutely.
Well, I had a comic shop here recently that went down to a Comic Con, and it was a real good Comic Con that they go to every year, and you know they make pretty good profits. This year, it was just a bust, man. There was hardly anybody there. The books, I mean, the whole Comic Con was just kind of lull and everything. And what I'm wanting to tell everybody is now that this economy's getting bad, the first thing that's going to start going is people are going to stop collecting because they don't have the extra money around. I'm just wondering if any of the people on the panel have seen any of that happening around them to where people are holding back on collecting as much, or y'all doing that.
From my local comic shop, I'm hearing that the people will say, I'm dropping books, yet week after week they're coming in, still spending about the same amount of money, and they're still spending money on gas, food, and whatever. So if you're still into the hobby, you're still going to find a way. But if you wind up taking a financial hit, then
pretty obvious. Yep, true.
Yeah,
But
we had a couple of shops closed during COVID.
Yep.
Like totally closed up shop and like basically get turned into eBay stores of obviously all their old inventory and things like that. But I think we were sort of. Have
you been noticing this though, gentlemen? Since we're talking about this subject, because me and Monty were talking about it too as well, and we wanted to bring this up as a subject. Because one thing I've been noticing in not just the community, but I watch a lot of different stuff, and yeah, you can call me crazy, whatever, but I've been noticing a flood of graded books, and most of it is modern. I'm seeing a flood of repeating, and no puns to the sellers. They're trying to make their money back on a comic, put it back, reinvest in the funds of their collection. But I'm noticing a huge amount of graded books this in the last 5 years or so. It's tremendous. And some of them are not even like golden age, silver age, nothing like that. And I'm seeing this peak happen and wondering the same thing's going to happen like in the 90s. Now I keep saying that we're like kind of in a golden age renaissance period of collecting. We're seeing a lot of cool stuff, which is awesome, but you're also seeing the other part of it as well. And just wondering about your opinions on that.
Well, like me personally, I hate slabs. I do not collect slabs at all.
Yeah.
I'm a raw guy, always have been.
Yep.
Yes, I will buy a slab if the value of the book, regardless of the slab, is worth it.
Right.
Which I have to do sometimes over here.
Yeah. Sure, of course.
Like I don't know whether you saw Simple Simon's video of me cracking open the Devil Dinosaur #1.
I actually watched that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's like over here, like you buy it, if you find that book for like $50, $100, whatever it is. And I found it in a slab on eBay from an Australian seller for like $50.
Sure.
So, and just because the slab was a bit cracked, and I said to Simon, you know, I'm going to crack it. Do you want to film it? Because I knew he wanted to do one.
Sure.
But yeah, I have seen the massive influx.
Yeah.
Like even over here, because we have a grading system over here. It's obviously it's only a one-man band, so it doesn't get a lot of exposure. But yeah, I'm not a big slab person.
Yeah,
I will never get swayed towards that way either.
Well, because I look at it too as it's good for, you know, the preservation, but most of the time it's just because of the dollar amount of value of the book. Just like getting back to the story of movies, you know, not every movie we've watched on some of our superheroes have been the greatest, you know, and then, but like I was saying about Morbius exactly earlier, the same kind of thing, you know, before nobody's even watched it and we're already making a speculation on it.
People have watched it overseas and they've shat on it because of the fact they've seen it and it was terrible.
Then it was terrible. Yeah.
That always brings me back, and I've told the story 100 times before. It always brings me back to when the first Blade came out.
Yep.
Blade came out. All the critics over here are all like half star, 0 out of 5, 0 out of 10. It's crap. Don't want to know about it. I went and saw it 5 or 6 times at the movies. I absolutely loved it, and it's actually, I think it was around 2000, mid 2000s. It was actually one of the highest selling DVDs for rental and buy of all time.
But you know why it was one of the first DVDs. That's why it's the highest selling. It is one or if not one of the first DVDs that ever come out.
Yeah, it was like that in The Matrix.
Yeah.
It's like if you bought a new DVD player back in like 1997, 98, you'd get the DVD player, a copy of The Matrix, and a copy of Blade.
Yeah,
you would. Yeah,
I'm talking about 5 to 10 years after Blade had been out. It was still in the highest selling.
Wow.
But see, you know,
I still call it one of the first Marvel movies.
Yeah,
it was. It was exactly was, and it was actually the very first appearance of Morbius. Did you know that? Yes.
No, I didn't.
A lot of people did not know this, but if you watch the director's cut of Blade, at the very end of it, you see Wesley Snipes' Blade go outside with
in Russia
with the chick he's with, not that one.
Yeah.
The one where he walks out at the very end and he's with his girlfriend or the what was she? The nurse?
The night nurse.
Yeah, the hematologist.
She's with him, and they go outside. And he looks across the building and looks across the other side on top of a building. And there is a guy that's comes out to the edge of the building. And he's wrapped up in robes. Everybody thinks that's the enemy, and it's not the enemy. It's actually Morbius, the living vampire.
You can find that on YouTube.
I can actually find that. Yeah, watch it because it's in there. And edited it out originally and they added it back in. So all of this jumbo. I'm just happy to see it. So period.
Now you've mentioned that, G-Man. My thoughts are in the end credits, they're going to have Blade in the Morbius film.
Yeah, of course. It's got to be.
That's what I think.
Sony screws up a lot of things, unfortunately.
That Blade is going to be in Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, it will be.
If they would just come out with Bram Stoker's Morbius, it'd have been awesome.
And obviously, there's been rumors floating around for a while that Midnight Suns is supposed to be acting as well.
I know,
which I would absolutely love to see.
And they were supposed to bring out the classic Universal Monsters a couple years back, and Tom Cruise started off with that. And I'm sorry, I watched it twice. It was a pile of junk. That Mummy movie, that was supposed to be the beginning of the Universal Monsters trilogy. They were going to reboot them all. And if you watch that, in that movie, they're showing a little hint of what's coming next. And it's got Dr. Phibes and Dracula. There's a bunch of stuff in there. And that's what Universal was trying to do. But the movie it was so bad, it tanked. It was bad. But I was like so hopeful for that. And it didn't get off the ground.
This is why Tom Cruise right now for his new Mission Impossible movie is acting like such a twat. Because he wants that thing to be good. He doesn't want to have any excuses for why it's garbage. So take care of the COVID rules.
Rob, Tom Cruise is not acting. He is.
Okay. Any more questions, gentlemen? I got 2 questions I'd like to ask at the very end of the show here. We're getting close here. Gentlemen? No comment?
I'm good.
You're good, Martin? Rob?
I'm good.
Monty? You're
Hello,
good. One last time. All right, buddy. You ready?
Not really, but yeah, go
on. You got this. You got this in the bag. Okay, here we go. Do you have any inspirational thoughts or ideas for the community as a whole?
I don't know about inspirational.
Okay.
Because I reckon, like everybody says, the community is awesome. It's one of the best communities in the world. Everybody is so giving and friendly and welcoming and things like that. The only thing I can say now, I thought about not saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
What the hell? I think, and this is going to sound very selfish, but I think the AOKs, the mystery boxes, the giveaways and everything like that needs to be a bit more international. That I knew that was going to be a bit of a touchy sort of one, because like the amount of times that you're like, oh no, US only.
I agree with you. Hey, he's overseas. I've sent books to Martin a couple of times.
Yeah,
he's way overseas.
A lot of the overseas.
That's an
AOK. Most internationals, like I've only run one competition. I said international.
Yep.
You know, Simon does international all the time. A lot of the Aussie guys will do international all the time. A lot of the UK YouTubers will do the same thing. As I said, it sounds a bit selfish, but I think a bit more inclusion. Like the community is supposed to be about inclusion. If you keep saying US only to everything, that's not inclusion.
Yep.
You know, we're a bunch of assholes over here. So just get used to it. That's all I can say is get used to it.
Like,
sorry.
Yeah, but MadSpidey, we are spoiled though, because even for me to send to like Australia, US, it's pennies or pence. It's like it's cheaper than a 1 in 25 for me to send stuff to USA or America or Australia even, Funko Pops included.
Right.
But for stuff to come back from the US, and I've got my mail address, and even for CGC stuff, you're still looking $70.
Yeah.
So for some people sending, let's say, like $10 worth of books, is it worth them sending $10 worth of books, but it costing them let's say $50 to $100 worth for them to send it? I think that's where a lot of the USA, it's not that they don't want to include us, it's more of the cost for them is substantially more. And I understand it because obviously I've got my mailing address, and that that gives me a cheaper way to send it.
Yeah.
But that's why they don't. It's not inclusive. They just neglect us. Is probably the better word.
Yeah. Like I think like, and the happy medium is like, obviously I don't want to go on about this too much because it is
You're good.
touching, but I think like what a lot of people will do, a lot of people will say, look, okay, well, this is a $200 slab. I'll, if you're international, for me to send this anywhere in the States, it'll cost me $15 or $20. If you're more than happy to pay the difference, I'll send it to you. And you'll find most people will say, I really want that book. I'll be more than happy to do that.
Right.
So, right. And like, as I said, it's a bit of a selfish thing that I've said, but I think it's still, it makes us feel a bit more included at the same time. Like, it's the same for us. If we want to send something to the States, it'll cost us $70 or $80. Okay. And as I said, I've been buying stuff from the States and from the UK.
See, that's part of your ideas in that question. You're good. Thoughts and ideas.
Like, I've been doing it for 20, 25 years. Like, the Australian dollar at one point was less than 50 cents to the US dollar. Like, so I basically had to pay double for everything. Right. And I was still, paying those sort of prices. So, yeah, that's probably the main thing. But otherwise, everything is awesome in this community. Like what everybody says.
You see, that for me to send to the US, would it be about 10, 12 quid, possibly $15?
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's a lot cheaper for you guys than it is for us.
It's actually cheaper to send from the UK to Australia than it is from the US to Australia.
This is why if anyone needs anything, it's sometimes better to send it here than me send it to Australia.
Wow. Okay.
And
next
question.
It is. Next question.
Next question I didn't think about enough.
Oh, come on. I gave you plenty of time.
I know.
What does thinking outside the box mean to you?
Just means, and it's going to be very simple. It's just
all right.
Meaning, for me personally, is just meaning something that's different from what everybody else is doing or what everybody else says.
Okay.
It's like when you go for a job interview, somebody will say to you, they always want, like, I'll say, yeah, I do hard work and I do, proper work and all. You always say what the person wants to hear.
Sure.
But thinking outside the box is quite often one of those questions you get asked in job interviews and things like that. And it's always going outside the lines and thinking forward or however you want to put it, I suppose.
Sure.
But that's what thinking outside the box means to me, basically, is just going outside the norm to come to a conclusion.
Cool. So thinking outside the box, will you now be willing to meet somebody that's a little bit sketchy behind the porno store to buy that Werewolf by Night 32?
Rob.
Outside the box.
Maybe behind a strip club.
Too funny, dude. Okay, hold on here. We have a couple. What was the barbarian saying? Okay, here we go. Then let me get back up to this. There's some good stuff in here. All right. What who dat? I have people getting picky, but it's the book people want. They're still spending the money. Yes, of course. Okay. Sorry, buddy. Getting to them now. For me, it's still loads of cheap books, but more pricey books haven't been selling very well at all. Yep. Who dat? Yeah, I see that too as well. I pay attention to that as well, who dat. Sorry, I'm getting to these a little late.
No.
I have. I'm not a fan, I'll be honest.
After the YouTube auctions and my massive delve into that, I have now stayed away from auctions altogether.
Yeah.
Obviously, eBay I'll do occasionally, but that's it.
Slabs are a different way to collect, like runs or collecting by, etc. Yep, I understand that too as Barbarian, definitely. Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back was my first DVD. Excellent movie. Love that movie.
Boo Boo Kitty Fuck.
What'd you say?
Boo Boo Kitty Fuck. That was her name in the movie.
Canada. We are touching them. Are we touching? Exactly, Barbarian. Exactly. I get you. I don't know. It comes to, I guess it comes to my buddies and stuff that are looking for something, or there's something I know they really want. I'll just send it. I don't care what it costs. I've sent stuff to new on like the Netherlands, for example. I sent,
Santa.
yeah, like 20 books or something like that. It cost me like $90 to send it to her. You know, and then they charged her a tax. It was stupid dumb. They like were trying to charge her like a $50 tax on top of it. Why? We
won't go into that conversation.
Yeah, exactly. We won't, but it's dumb.
Yeah,
You just got to be smarter about it. That's all. Talk to your partners across seas to let you know what's going on. That's how you get that taken care of and nipped in the butt.
I just finished all of my Macs tonight.
Nice.
Mylar.
Okay, is that the PPO covers? Let me see.
This is Mylar.
Okay, show me the PPO cover again.
So I have the last 5 issues in the Mylar.
Okay.
And here is the
I want to see what that
OPP.
looks like. Because those are the two I ordered. One
OPP.
that looks decent.
It looks great.
Yeah.
And here is Mylar.
Oh yeah. Nice. Very nice.
So this is just a little shinier, and this one
I see that.
not as shiny. It's still great.
Yep. Exactly. You still protect the book. That's what you're doing. So that's still good.
I'd like to apologize to Tom Cruise. If he'd please quit kicking me off the internet, I would appreciate it.
It's all the Scientology.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. We just had somebody here. What did he say? Okay. Crimson 427 Crimson Comics says, what is your guys' opinions on Before Watchmen? I have seen mixed reactions, but I personally enjoy it. Watchmen was excellent. What's wrong with it?
Watchmen, yeah. Before, it depends on who did it.
Yeah.
Darwin Cook did some great stuff on it. I can't tell you what happened because I don't remember it. So not memorable to me, but I don't remember a lot.
Well, before the Watchmen, weren't they the Lookoutsmen?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Come on. Hey, Monty is playing the rub because it's not Marvel. Sorry. Don't let him get to you.
I was going to say I've seen the movie, but that was it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I have sent stuff to Nkaiwaga, which isn't cheap. Yeah, I'm sure.
He's in New Zealand, I think.
He's in New Zealand. It's a little different. Every country is different. That's one thing I've noticed as well.
The other thing I've noticed too of sending
Exactly,
it's
true, dude.
Depending on where you are in the States. So if you're like, say, in LA or New York, where there's main international ports, you pay cheaper rates than if it goes through multiple states. The more states it goes through to get to an international port, the more you will actually pay.
If they were talking about in the chat, said the raw or slabs, you can always go in between and just bust the slabs and keep the inner liners and keep them in there,
Near that.
So there's always an in between.
And who that? Don't get me wrong, buddy. I think you understand what I'm saying. I know you definitely. I'm not bitching about it. I'm just saying I'm seeing a huge plethora, and it's going in a direction that we've seen before. We've experienced it. So, I mean, most of my collections. I have a ton of slab books, but majority of my books are raw. So yeah, I get it. I'll pick a raw before I pick a graded any day.
I think the main thing is that people are slabbing a book that's been out for like a month.
Yeah,
and charging like 10 times the price.
That's what I'm seeing too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I need a 9/8 Black Panther 3.
Exactly.
The older books, the Golden Age books, the Golden Age books is getting to where you can't buy them unless they're slab, because I've been looking for them raw.
Yep.
And you just can't find them because I'm working on a Journey in the Mystery books from 83 back up.
Yep.
And I'm not able to find hardly any at all that are
getting really tough. Really,
that aren't
really
slabbed.
I think in like Golden Age books, obviously because of the fragility of the actual books themselves.
Yep.
In that, I understand why people go for slabs.
Sure.
You know, because it's obviously it's
That
trying
makes
to.
sense.
Yeah, it makes sense for that sort of thing, but for personal collecting, no.
Yeah.
Hey, Shorty.
Oh my goodness. Are you serious? No way. I miss you. How are you? Big kisses. We miss you. I haven't seen you like forever. How you doing, Shorty? Thank you for being here. Wow. Big surprise.
Yeah, Barbarian.
Anyway,
I just don't like how long it takes to send them off and get them back, Barbarian. And
That's
they're
that
going
bugs me
all
too.
up on the prices, and that's ridiculous. You know, the monopoly they have over the slab books it's ridiculous, man.
It is. It's dumb.
They're just trying to suck us dry, man.
Yep.
That's why a lot of
and
people.
some of those graded books. Sorry.
That's all right. No, I was just going to say, because that's why a lot of people are always like, no, CGC is the only way. That's why a lot of people are going to other companies now.
Yep. That's good. It makes good competition. It does.
But they're still too high.
But
yeah.
In CGC anyway, they can get rattled around in that case still. So I've got 9.8 actually. I can see by the movement in there. It's only a 9.2 now.
Hell, I got a Spider-Man slab book that's got a bug slabbed inside the inner well. So, you know, it's a rare copy.
I've seen 9/8 that don't look like 9/8 to me with bent corners and stuff, and they're slabbed that way.
I've heard about a lot of like stray hairs and
oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Some are looking a little curlier than others.
All right,
come from the old pube family.
Hold on, where are we here?
You know, I've always said if you go to CGC and walk in their grading room, there's about 20 fat men sitting in there in the underwear scratching their balls grading books.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I would love to see. They've never ever over the years people have asked about that and they've never talked about that. What is their grading policy? They've kind of skipped around it and they've had shows about it, but they've never really got to the main gist of how it's done.
So it's like a politician trying to answer a question straight.
Exactly right. And they always veer around it every single time. And I'm not shitting all over CGC, guys, so take it easy. I don't want to get all this hate. I have CGC as well, and I also have CBSC, and it's
except for that one time they manhandled a Superman 1 on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. They need to tighten up. Yes, I agree. Yes, exactly. They do.
You know, if Superman can't handle some manhandling, he doesn't deserve to be a hero.
It's only because he's DC. Okay. So we went way over, but that's okay. Spidey, I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Absolutely. And please, you guys out there, this way, this guy right here, go check out his show. Go check out some subs, show him some love, share him out. Go check him out. He's got some wonderful stuff. And he's also on Legions of Comics as well. Another good brother and a community supporter out there. All these links are down below for all these gentlemen on the panel. And the people that aren't out here, they're there as well. And other people in the community. Also, a big shout out to War Machine, Punisher Comics and Collectibles. Make sure you go check him out. His links are down there on the bottom as well.
Jonathan is a great guy.
Cool. And let's wrap this up slowly here. And I'm going to go Monty first. Monty, tell the community what you're doing, brother.
I'm not doing a damn thing but gardening and shouting out Rick and Edith again for their wedding and their prenuptials. And I hope they have a beautiful wedding and a beautiful time. And yeah, other than that, and I'm gardening and selling spices.
Awesome. Rob?
All right.
Oh, hi, everybody. So we're going to be having on Wednesday's show. We do a regular show every Wednesday. It's called Not Near Mint. We show new comic books that come out over the course of every week, along with hauls. But mostly, we try and showcase new creators, people that put out independent comic books, as well as community members. So this week, we're going to have both. we're going to be having Rena Brown. You know her as daughter of Life of Two YouTubers. She has a new book coming out. It's the sequel to her first book that just came out about 2 years ago. That was Isle of the Dark. So she'll be on 10 p.m. Eastern this Wednesday on Not Near Mint, only on YouTube.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Big shout out. Yes. Martin, buddy.
I've got some more product review videos to do, and I'll show my some of my comic hauls and what I've sold on Instagram, and also Paris next week. I'm going there. We'll do some videos, and also Asterix. We're going to Park Asterix, and that is one of my comic loves from my childhood. So we're going there, taking the kids there.
Very
you can get
cool.
rid of me now.
All right, buddy.
Get me off the big screen. Yeah.
No, buddy, go ahead.
No, I was more upset about Martin.
What you got going on? No,
my stuff's always random. Like it's depending on how tired I am with work and things like that as to what I do. So obviously I'll have more artist series. I'll eventually have more of my statue collection. If I pick up anything off eBay or auctions or things like that, or newer books, I do have a big stack of newer books I need to show and go through. So yeah, all that stuff will be just forthcoming when I get a chance.
And how about come to your channel and check out your shows?
Yeah, and all that stuff, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. Yeah. What are you
Thumbs
gonna
up
say,
and
gentlemen?
subscribe and all that sort of stuff.
I am debating tomorrow to go meet Lou Ferrigno. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Lou Ferrigno is at my comic shop, and I'm debating.
Tell him he's
to
gonna go
over.
see him.
I don't know. He won $100 for a signature and like $100 for a picture, and I'm like, man.
Apparently,
I'd love to see a picture with Monty and Lou Ferrigno.
Give him $100 and tell him to say for your voicemail, "I will smash puny Mr. White Gloves."
I thought about getting him 50 and getting him try to bargain, give him 50, and if you don't like it, I'd tell him suck it.
Monty,
is that a silencer?
Monty, take a 360 camera. Then the bastard can't get away. He's in a photo with you whether he likes it or not.
That's smart, Martin. I like it.
This is true. This is true. But
even if it's
I don't
wide
know.
shot, he's still there.
Is it worth $100 to get a signature? I mean, Stan Lee was $100. Who do you think he is, Stan Lee? I mean, really?
That's soon enough. Like Stan.
I'll probably be the one that may be YouTube famous when I go up there and say something, and Lou Ferrigno beats my ass.
Will you regret going to see him? Though?
Yeah. Would
it be better not going to see him?
I'm not that much of a person on seeing people. I mean, he uses the toilet the same way I do. I mean, I don't see no, I mean, I'm not starstruck over these people. The only person that I was a little bit nervous was Stan Lee, and I thought I killed him when I met him. But yeah, security. That's a whole nother story and everything. But if I'd have killed him, there wouldn't have been no way I'd been accepted in any comic shop or comic community the rest of my life. But but I'm just not starstruck or anything like that. People, I'm just like, whatever.
There would have been torches and pitchforks going after you if you had done that.
Yeah. I walked up behind him when I was taking a picture with him. Hell, you two pins, and he almost jumped out of the chair.
That would have been a nice picture moment right there.
Yeah, they didn't capture that part. After that,
him going.
Yeah, they shuffled me out of there real quick and everything, and I was like, oh, well.
Stop trying to give national treasures heart attacks.
Okay, gentlemen, I want to say thank you to all of you. Monty, thank you for being here. Rob, thank you for being here. Martin, thank you so much. Appreciate it. MadSpidey, you were awesome. Last show so far until October. I want to say thank you very much. You were wonderful. And okay, I gotta go. Yeah, no, it won't be next. You won't see us on the Nerdy Collective next Saturday. Maybe. You'll see us maybe. Okay, if I do the Nerdy Collective, it's gonna be earlier, and it'll be a box showing or something. Who knows? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Love you.
All right. I love you too, buddy. Okay. So a couple things really quick, community, just so to let you know what I'm doing. Thank you so much for watching the show as long as you have. And I really appreciate all the support, all the likes. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Please go down below and check out all those links down below. There's like 21 people down there, community members from everywhere. MadSpidey's on the top of the list. All of his shows are down there. Go check them out. Show them some love. Show them some likes. Show them some support. Share them out. Check them out. And my show for Sunday nights, Sundays at 2 p.m. Central, I will be doing a show with a buddy of mine, John Hoffman, and we do a show together, and this is it. I'm going to show you a quick little intro for it. So again, like I said, that's on Sundays at 2:00. Come check us out. And yeah, it'd be great. And this has been a blast, you guys. I appreciate it. And without further ado, here we go. Peace, love, blessed be kind to your neighbor, be kind to your friends, be kind to the community, all that good stuff. And maybe the G-Man will see you in the end of October, and we'll start up the Nerdy Collective again. Thank you so much. Good night.